Hi, I'm going to make a video today about concealed carry, specifically the handguns that I've carried through my journey thus far with concealed carry. But first I'd like to say that, or I'd like to address the people in the United States. So, in the United States specifically, we have the Second Amendment. It is your right to keep and bear arms, and I would like to suggest that everyone exercise their right to conceal carry and own a firearm. I don't care what political side of the fence you're on, what race or ethnic background, or any of the things that we think divide us in this country. We have a lot more in common, I believe, than we do that separates us. And so, no matter who you are, I would like to suggest that you look into the Second Amendment, look into your rights to keep and bear arms, and strongly consider concealed carrying. So with that, I'll start with the handguns that I've used thus far, like I said, in my journey here as a concealed carrier. So I do carry all the time. I don't really go anywhere that I'm not allowed to carry. And so every morning I pretty much wake up, grab my keys, my wallet, pocket knife, handgun, and a spare magazine. So it's just a daily thing for me. And so I've tried to, along the way, pick handguns that allow me to do that. A whole nother topic is holsters. For every handgun that I've carried, I've got at least 2 or 3 holsters. I'm sure everybody out there that conceal carries has a box full of holsters. I live in Florida, and it's hot most of the time. Even in the winter, it's not unheard of to wear shorts. So I had to take these things into consideration. So I started with the Gen 3, I believe this is Gen 3, it's got the finger grooves, Glock 19 and 9mm, and it is empty, nothing in the magazine. I started carrying this, I even put tritium sights on it, and this was my first handgun. I figured it had, a lot of notoriety, people always saying this is one of the best handguns ever. And I do shoot this gun well, and if I'm wearing, a lot of clothing, then I can, inside the waistband, carry this handgun with no real problem. It's not the most comfortable handgun in the world, and I probably have a little bit of extra meat hanging over the side where my holster goes. So eventually, I went to something a little smaller and in a .40 caliber. So the next handgun that I carried, again, it is empty, nothing in the magazine, is the G27 in 40 Smith & Wesson. This gun has a smaller grip. It was much more comfortable to carry inside the waistband, and I think I ended up with a crossbreed Kydex with a leather backing holster for this, with 2 belt loops, with 2 hooks over your belt loop. So I carried this handgun for quite a while. I really liked carrying this gun, except it's a little bit wide, and it is kind of snappy for a concealed carry handgun, and I didn't shoot this gun exceptionally well, and I do shoot my concealed carry handgun a lot, to the point that I walk around in the woods on the private property and plink with my concealed carry handgun. So it's something that I was mindful of, and I figured that the reason that it was so snappy is the handle is so short. And so instead of going to a longer handle, or instead of going to a lighter recoiling caliber, I actually went up in caliber. I don't really know why I did that necessarily, other than 40 is an underpowered 10 millimeter. So my next handgun was the Glock 29. This is also empty, nothing in the magazine. And this is the slim frame 10 millimeter. It does have a larger handle. I can get all of my fingers on there. So I started carrying this handgun, and I started carrying this handgun in a Vetter holster. So Vetter holsters makes a pretty good single loop quick release holster that is also leather on the back, Kydex on the front. Believe it or not, this gun recoils less than the 40. I don't actually know why. Maybe it's just me. But if you'll notice here, it actually got a little thicker. So while I could hold it better, and shoot it better, it started to become a problem inside my waistband. So with being a little too bulky. It's also heavier. So sticking with the 10 millimeter, I went to the Smith & Wesson 10 millimeter. This is the 3.5 inch barrel. Is optics ready. I actually put an optic on it and didn't really like carrying it with an optic on it. It's also empty. Also has no rounds in the magazine. It's kind of stiff. I didn't carry this very long. Even though I can hold it better, it is also, and I'm going to leave that in there by the way, me not being able to close the slide. It's also thinner than the Glock 20, the G29, even though this is the slim frame version. This is also slimmer. I actually shot this gun really well, even though I didn't carry it for very long. There, just to show you that I can close it. So after the 10 millimeter craze, I wanted something thinner. That's when I went to the G43. Also empty, nothing in the chamber. And I put a Crimson Trace, actually this is a TLR something. I can't even see it, it's dark in here. I forget what this is. It's a laser and a light. It's actually not a Crimson Trace. I have to look at the box. I haven't carried this gun in a while. I went to this because it is thinner. I can get my fingers on it fairly well. Doesn't recoil that much. It's not snappy. And even with the light laser combo on it, it's still easier to carry inside the waistband. Or you can actually carry this in your pocket if you're wearing shorts. So if I'm wearing like cargo shorts, baggier shorts in the summertime, this actually fit in my pocket with a pocket holster, of course, with the trigger protected. I switched away from this basically because of round count. This does not hold enough rounds. So, and I know that somebody's going to put in the comments that the average concealed carry incident is over within 3 shots, but so what? I also carry this gun in the woods sometimes. I want more rounds than, 6 or 7 rounds. So even with the extended base plate, and this isn't the extended base plate, but so I went to, once they worked the bugs out, I went to the SIG P365, and I am not going to touch the trigger here. I'm not going to show you. This is hot. I'm going to put it back. I carry this in my pocket, and I also have another holster that's also a Vetter holster. Check those out if you haven't heard of them before. Vetter holsters. That goes inside my waistband. with one clip, so the holster comes in and out real easy. It's really thin. It's a full Kydex holster, both front and back, so a little bit sweaty, but it's comfortable. And I can actually have that holster on all day, which is important, like I said, because I conceal carry, and if you're going to be out, 10, 12 hours with a gun in your pocket or on your waistband, you do want it to be comfortable. I see people say, don't worry about comfort. Put that aside. You're doing something more important. And I get it, but if you're going to carry it every day, you want to be comfortable, or you'll find yourself leaving it on the nightstand or in the safe. And a handgun on the nightstand or in the safe doesn't do you any good. So it's better to have a smaller handgun that's more comfortable than, let's say, the G19, which is an excellent gun. Everybody will probably agree with that. But it's not really comfortable. So, and I don't wear oversized clothes very often, like super baggy clothes with a lot of extra room. I didn't want to change what I wear. I wear jeans and a t-shirt most of the time. So those are the handguns that I've been through so far. There was a time when I was carrying different handguns based on the clothes I wore, whether I was wearing jeans and a jacket, or long pants and a jacket, or wearing cargo shorts and a t-shirt. I would carry multiple guns based on that. So at one point in time, I was carrying this gun, and if I were to go out with full clothes on, I would carry this 19. But I don't want to have to switch guns around all the time, because, like I said, I walk around and just shoot this constantly. So I'm fairly proficient with it because of it, and I don't want to switch back and forth between handguns all the time. So that's where I'm at right now. The SIG P365. Oh, and I've got the ammo in there is the P365 ammo. I guess it's reduced recoil or optimized for the short barrel. That's the ammo that I'm shooting in this handgun right now. So, with that said, is my journey over? Have I found the perfect handgun? Am I never going to switch? I kind of thought so until I got this. There's no magazine in it. So this is the Staccato XC. Nothing in it, right? It's empty. There's no magazine in it either. I had to feel down there to make sure. This gun is a range toy. I've seen people say that they carry this on a daily basis. I don't see how. This is really heavy, and I can't see this being comfortable inside your waistband. Especially if you appendix carry, I can't see this being comfortable. I'm sure somebody does it, but not for me. But this gun is, in my opinion, a work of art. And Staccato just came out with the CS. So I'm sort of getting the bug for another concealed carry handgun. And my next concealed carry handgun, if I go that way, will be the Staccato CS. I think it's the CS. It's the brand new one that just came out this year. I'm kind of waiting on some more reviews and some feedback to see if it's reliable, because that's another reason I wouldn't conceal carry this. I'm sure it's reliable, but it's too fine-tuned and requires to be lubricated before you shoot it. At least the instructions say that, and I'm not taking that much care of my concealed carry handgun. The 365, I clean it when I get around to it, and I shoot it constantly, even through the ammo shortage. When ammo was super expensive for a 9mm, I was still running through it like water. So my next gun might be the Staccato CS. I'll keep everybody informed. If you like these kind of videos and you want to see maybe a more in-depth review, even on the range with some of these handguns, like and subscribe to my video, or to my channel. Also, put in the comments what you conceal carry currently, and if you don't conceal carry, if you're considering conceal carrying, I'd like to know, and your thought process behind that. And also, what holsters are you using? You know, like what things have you come across that you like, that you didn't like, changes or mistakes that you made along your journey that you'd like to change. So anyway, like and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Have a good day.